I just took all this stuff out of the back corner of the shop. It's crazy. And so what this is here is there's a fence for a table saw, and I've got the motor for the table saw right here, and it's a 2 horsepower Leeson. And then I've got the old Craftsman here, and that's the table. That's the table it typically sits on from the old shop. I just went down in the old shop and got that out of there. What a nightmare. So I got to put my tool bag in here, and then the other stuff's going to go up there. And then I've got this really cool, really cool tool. It's an Inca radial arm saw. Now, this saw here, it rides on it's in this bin here. You can't see it. I'm not gonna pull it out right now. You'll see it when I get to Arizona and start setting things up. It has a stand that I can set up, but I found in the old shop this giant work surface I made that I had that on before, but I had it on iron sawhorses back then, so I'm not sure how I'm going to set it up yet. But it's in there, and it'll cross cut 28 inches. This is part of the extension that it rides on. So this sits up on an angle like that, and the carriage has rollers that ride along that. And then there's a separate carriage you can put a router on. So it's really cool because you can do slot runs with a router. It's a really neat tool. It locks at both ends. So, excuse me, a lot of dust. It's more of a panel kind of saw. I think it's more designed for cutting plywood. But you can cross cut about 2 inches thick with it. So it was a problem for me in the old days when I was using that, because a lot of the material I was using was thicker than 2 inches in solid wood, but it cut it nicely. Anyhow, I'm going to get all this in the van right now and then head out tomorrow morning. I got to put stuff up on the roof. This panel here, that was the door replacement panel. So I'm going to bring that with me, I think. I'm going to think this out now. I got to put that other thing up on the roof, the table surface for this saw. And then, yeah, hell of a drive tomorrow, and then I'll be there. And then I got to make room, because I know my sister doesn't have that place empty yet. But I'll talk to her about that. We'll get that done, and then I'll spend a few days trying to set up the table saw. I hope I have all the hardware. Here's the really neat thing. Hang on here. I want to turn this mic around. So as much as this table saw here is fine, and it's far more powerful, I don't remember if it's got a 3 horsepower or a 5 horsepower, but it's got a pretty large motor in it. And the fence is fine. Nothing wrong with that fence. But this fence here is the best, I think, table saw fence money can buy. There was a guy that was making these. It's called the Vega. And it runs on a round bar right here. Makes it real easy to take it off. But here's the thing. This safety feature here. So when this hits the wood, it's spring loaded, so it pushes the wood and holds the wood down at the same time, and your hand is up here as you're using it. So your fingers are completely out of the way. I miss using this saw. It even has this part here, which I could slide in from the other end, and that holds material down as you're sliding it through, right? This is all adjustable. So just a really nice... I miss using it. It was the best table saw fence I ever had. It has a maximum of 40 inches with this particular one. I got the 40-incher because, excuse me, because I was working in a small space, and of course the new space is going to be small. So it's going to be, I'm going to, you know, the garage in Arizona is a 1-car garage, right? So it's not as wide as this space here. But I want to put the table saw in the same spot. And that base is on wheels, the one I'm bringing with me. So I'll be able to kind of arrange things as I need to. But hopefully, I don't know if I have everything here I need. The rest will be hardware or some lumber. I don't know. I'm hoping I have what I need to set those tools up. Because if I got a table saw and a crosscut saw at the house to start off with everything, pretty good shape. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm going to bring my compressor with me at some point, not this trip, because this compressor has seen better days. I need a new one. So I'll buy myself a new one for here, and I'll just keep that one in Arizona. So, I mean, I literally have enough stuff where I could have a whole shop here and there. It's just incredible today. The amount of noise here with these planes. What is that, from World War II? Was there something going on here with the UAPs? They've been spraying the friggin' place. It looked like a grid pattern out here earlier. And circles. You know, commercial planes will fly in semicircles. But it's like with all the UAP stuff going on and everything, maybe there's like, we got these planes flying from 19th. There's another prop plane over there. That's the third or fourth one I've seen. Flying pretty low. They're pretty loud. Pilots off for Christmas. They all got new planes, these rich people, so they're just flying around. All right, I'm going to get off of here right now. I'll probably add more to this. I don't know. If you're seeing this, then that's what I decided to do. I'm in Arizona. I'm at the house. And so for a lot of you guys, you know, I talk about what's going on here and what I want to do. The mic just fell off the top. Hey, what do I normally say? You repeat it with me. Repeat after me. I'm so pro. What you just watched was me packing up some tools, right? So these are the parts for the Inca radial arm saw. The saw head for it's in here, and I got the table saw here, my old Craftsman. I got the 2 horsepower Leeson. I don't think I've got all the parts to set that saw up. The saw needs to go right here, but this is some of the stuff that my sister has not yet gotten rid of, and all this stuff here, and all this stuff here, and it's a problem. And then the living room, same thing. She's got this kind of set up as like a garage sale, which this all needs to go away. Anyhow, it's a thing. I got to get rid of this thing too. And you should be able to tell I got no sleep last night. Well, I'm not my super handsome self. Oh my God. I think I got like 3 hours of sleep. So I just wanted to show you this real quick. So this is the garage. It's not very big. It's a little 1-car garage. But what I'm thinking about doing, I guess I'm going to have to... Oh, look. Drones. The Jersey drones are here, too. This is just sitting in the yard here. I don't know what's going on with that. It's just a cheapie. Look at the space I have here. I haven't put a tape on this, but it looks like it's maybe 15 feet or so to the road. I'm sure you can't build too far out, but I'm kind of thinking, we'll see what they'll let me do. But I think I could do a bump out here. I could probably come 10 feet out here and, you know, make the garage, you know, 10 feet wider that way. That would be huge for me for working. If you don't remember, of course, this is the pad, right? So here's the front, and with this entrance here, what I want to do is I want to knock all the stucco off of this, off these 2 columns, and then I want to frame this in and have the front door right here. And so this will be a nice little foyer that you walk into. I can tile this concrete, and remember, I've been doing this stuff for damn near 40 years now, so I know what I'm doing. But I could frame this in, and I could even have a closet right here on this side, and then big window here because it gets light, with a bench to sit on, and it's basically I have a place for shoes and coats and stuff. And then, because the thing is people are tracking stuff through here. They all walk through the stones getting into the house, so they bring all this dust in here. I'm going to cut back all these roses and I'm going to dig them out. And they're going to go over here. And I'm going to do a post, kind of like a post with those cross members, a fence across here a little ways. And I'm going to plant those roses up against that. Create a barrier so people aren't just walking across the front of the yard here. And of course you'll hear this dog over here. You can't do anything in your own yard without dogs barking. Very, very annoying. I'm gonna have to talk to that guy. So here's the side of the house. And my fantasy was originally, and I'm still thinking of this, because this is kind of a dead area and you don't really use it for much. But I'm thinking about building a structure here as a big giant glorified shed / workshop as well. We'll see how it goes. But stay tuned. Today's my birthday. You can say happy birthday, it's okay. I'll keep this relatively short for now. 8-hour drive yesterday. That's door to door, 8 hours. And here's this big old pine tree I cleaned out years ago. Every time I come, I'm usually trimming this back. I got it pretty nice now. I'll give you a shot of it from the road. This works out pretty good holding the mic in my hand. It's a glorious tree. This thing here I got to get out. I got to get this thing out of here. And then what will probably be happening here is I'll probably be backing the truck into here if I do have a shop there. Everything's up in the air. And this is the original roof on here too. I was talking to a roofer recently about this, and the idea here is I want to put stringers right on top of it and then put a metal roof. It's not very large. Not a lot of roof here. So, and I talked to a guy, he's a pro, and he said that's perfectly fine. If I put the stringers up here, I'll put some foam insulation between them as well, and then I'll zip metal roofing right on top of that, and that metal roofing will last forever. Obviously I need some gutters. I need a gutter here. There's one here already, and I need a gutter here, but there's gutters around the rest of the house. And I'll take you right into the backyard while we're here. Talk about what's going on. This whole kitchen's gonna get redone. I got to do the floor. There's my old toolbox, and I want a gas stove, so I want to get rid of this electric thing that my mom put in. She had a gas stove. She went with electric. I guess she got talked into that. More money and less efficient cooking. I don't like it. So this back spot here, this little porch area here. Ooh, I'm falling down. This is going to be, I might even screen this in. It would probably make sense. I got my pull-up bar right here. I got my rings to work out. I hang my heavy bag there, but that's because the table and chairs are in. They eat up all that space. Brought some weights here last time I was here. So temporary, here's a box spring my sister just left out here. It's a problem. I'm going to move this chair, or excuse me, these chairs and this table over here and have this area to work out in for now. And this is a mulberry tree, but it's the Chinese non-edible. So this is getting removed completely. I'm gonna have to dig into this and cut that stump out the best I can. And in the past, I would back my van in through this gate here, and I'd sleep in the van when my mom was here and my niece was living here, and it was just too much. So I'm going to cut all this back. I'll do a lot of that while I'm here this trip. And then I'm going to get some corrugated metal as a cheap fix for now and vertically mount it on these gates. And then I'm going to talk to, I guess I'll go to the police department and the town, see what I can do. I would like to cap this wall and raise it another 2 feet. It's only about 5 feet here, so, or maybe less. So you can see that. I'd like to do that around the whole property, just for more privacy, because I'd like to be back here getting an all-over body tan, if you know what I'm saying. Just be nice to be naked out here. I mean, year-round, it gets pretty cold. It was in the 30s last night, but during the day, it's going to be in the 70s. So right now, I could be out here without a shirt on, and which I will be later. Here's the other side here. I showed you this from the front. So I forget what the measurements are. I think it's 15 feet or so from that heating unit back. Of course, I'd have to walk past it. So I got some kooky ideas about this. I don't know if I could build right up to the wall or not. There's a guy up on the corner called Mr. Shed, and that's what they do here. And I'm going to ask him. I'm going to take pictures or maybe have him come down here and see what he says about what you're allowed to do. Because if I can get it all the way to the wall, I'll do that. And then I'll deck completely around it. And I'll have the roof on it will come right over to the house here. And you'll be able to walk through there. And then this whole area here can be a deck. So, and the roof for it will come out over across here as well. Sorry. And I'll be able to work right out here. So there's different ideas. It's going to be really based on what I'm allowed to do by law, right? So we'll see, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Hope this doesn't look too bad on camera for you. But that's it for now. I gotta go to Walmart and get food and garbage bags and all the other stuff that isn't here anymore that was here the last time I left. And come back and eventually get a nap in, and then go visit a friend of mine who's got a restaurant in Bisbee. Say hi to him, and then maybe go out to dinner with somebody down here tonight. Maybe go to Bisbee again tonight. I don't know. And for New Year's, I might go up there as well. Anyhow, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I put a picture of myself in there of the saw set up in the old workshop. I had a basement workshop back in the day. So there's maybe a couple pictures in here that I insert. It was probably before I started this part of it, of the saw set up in the old garage. They're not that great pictures because I didn't take them for that purpose, but you guys should get a kick out of those. The black and white shot of me is, boy, I was probably 40. No. I had to be in my 30s. I remember the guy that took that. It could have been in the 90s when that picture was taken. It probably was. So I was, I don't know, 20s or 30s. I can't remember. I'm friggin' old, man. 58 years old today. And it shows, I know. It's terrible. Anyhow, that's it for now. You guys be kind to one another. There's going to be a bunch of videos from this trip. Tomorrow's Sunday night chat video will be pretty good. Maybe I'll do a fire out here and all that other good stuff for you. And we'll talk about it then. Be good to one another. I'll catch you tomorrow.